Hey world, this is Chris Cordes here, broadcasting to you live. We're going to talk about diets. Now, why do some diets work and some don't? Well, it has to do with your body. It has to do with the way you were formed, your metabolism, how it works. And there's so many fad diets, so many popular diets. Right now, the keto diet is very famous, but a lot of people have been complaining that it's not helping them lose a lot of weight. And there's some old diets like the South Beach diet, there's the Atkins diet, there's the Dukan diet. There's so many diets out there. And there are diet programs like Weight Watchers and so many other programs that are working for some people. But you see, if something is not working for you, it means you have to try something different. Let's talk about the most popular diet in the world because people keep going back to it, and it's the Atkins diet. The Atkins diet means you eat only protein, nothing else, just protein. Because protein cannot be stored as fat, but everything else can be stored as fat. Now, I spoke to a specialist and she told me that, okay, the Atkins diet works, but is it healthy for you? Is it healthy? The answer is no. You can't just eat meat. You need vegetables. You need fruits. You need legumes. Legumes are beans, all sorts of beans. But she told me one thing. She said, the fastest way to lose weight is doing a fiber diet, which means you eat only things that are fiber and avoid carbs. Now, I remember when I was 14, I was trying out these diet pills, and it was called the fiber diet. So I remember taking these pills, and I was losing weight, and I couldn't believe it. There's so many diet pills out there that are very dangerous, and you shouldn't take them, especially from all these nutrition stores. Be very careful of natural supplements from these nutrition stores because they are not regulated by the FDA. And so they put 5 very dangerous and powerful stimulants so it can suppress your appetite, and you have to take them when you exercise. So these 5 stimulants are very dangerous. One of them is caffeine. 200 milligrams of caffeine. Can you imagine that? So, and they put lots of other stimulants that will give you a heart attack. There's some people who have died because of these natural diet supplements. And one of them is lipo-6 and hydroxycut. It could really give you mental problems. It's very dangerous. It can lead to a mental disease because it will just blow up your brain and give you exhaustion. And so now, what do we do as for a good diet? Well, you have to pick something that works for your body. That's how it works. Picking a diet that works for your body. Try to avoid carbs as much as you can. See, I can't do it. I need my carbs. And I did a weight loss book before. I was a size 0 model. I was very into fashion and commercials. And now I gained weight because of medications. So if you are taking medications and you are gaining weight, it's not your fault. What you could do is try to implement a diet that works. Now, how did I become a size 0 model? I'll tell you the truth. I spoke to a supermodel and she told me, the only thing I eat is 1 apple a day. I said, that's interesting, because I wasn't losing weight. And then I started doing what she did. I would eat only 1 apple in the morning, and that's it. Once a week, I would have a tuna can at night if I got really hungry. And I wasn't getting hungry. I didn't even care about food anymore. I was losing 2 pounds a day. Now I know it's not healthy, but I was so happy on the scale. I was so happy. See, the less you eat, the more you will lose weight. That's the truth. You know, they say, eat less, live more. Eat less, live more. Now let's go back to the diets. Now the Atkins diet, I would say, is probably the most effective one. The South Beach diet is also a very good diet. But now you have to go through this emotional part. Now, emotional eating will stop you from staying on that diet. That's why when I read this book, it helped me so much and I lost so much weight. That was when I was younger. It's called Shrink Yourself by Dr. Gould. It's called Shrink Yourself. And he is a psychiatrist who talks about emotional eating. Why do we binge eat? Why do we eat more than we should? To feel better, which means something is missing. So once you've dealt with emotional eating, then you can move on. Now, if you are not an emotional eater and you have gland problems and you're very obese, a good thing to do is a gastric sleeve surgery, not a gastric bypass, because if you are taking medications, the doctor will never advise you to do a gastric bypass surgery, because everything that goes into your stomach does not get absorbed. A gastric sleeve is different, which means they cut parts of your stomach. They cut around 70 to 80% of your stomach. And you start to eat less. You start to feel full. And then you start losing weight. See, if your BMI is over 52, that means that it's very hard for you to lose weight. You're going to have to exercise at least 7 hours a day and eat very little food. And a lot of people cannot do that. And that's why I advise you to do the gastric sleeve surgery. That's it for now, and we'll be back after the break.